Alright, we got ourselves another situation. So, if you guys don't know, Nintendo just announced a brand new Switch model called the Nintendo Switch OLED model. OLED means organic light emitting diode, basically just an LED, but it's organic. Hey, don't ask me. But for some reason, people don't like this, and I can tell you the #1 reason why, and it's so stupid. Let's get into it. So, last time I had a video in this series was in defense of Luigi's Mansion 3, which was over 2 years ago at this point, and I was gonna do one for Mario 3D All-Stars because I also felt that that game didn't deserve that much hate because it wasn't that bad. But I never ended up making it, so here I am making this one. So here's the second video in this series. I came across this tweet saying, no, Nintendo is not Apple. They're not becoming Apple, and they listed off all the different models for the Game Boy, the DS, the 3DS, and they compared it to the Switch, and it's basically the same thing. Like, we had the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Advance SP, DS, DS Lite, DSi, yeah, 3DS, 3DS XL, new 3DS, all this stuff, and then Nintendo adds one with an enhanced screen for portable mode, and an actual, like, Ethernet port to the dock in a really cool color. Like, honestly, I'm gonna get it just because of the dock color. I mean, I've got a white GameCube right here, it looks amazing. I got the red Switch not because I want to play it, but because I want it as a collectible before people try to scalp it and try to make the price go up where I have to pay more for it. So I'm gonna get it anyways. I don't know how much I'm gonna play it because I still use my main Switch. But it's not that big of a deal. Like, Nintendo has been doing this for so many years, way before Apple was even a thing, or at least at the very beginning of Apple's life. So why is Nintendo being compared to Apple for something they've been doing since day one, or whatever? It's not that big of a deal. Into the reason why people don't like this model. It's such a pathetic reason, and it just, thinking about it just pisses me off, because for so many months people have been talking about this rumored Switch Pro, which Nintendo has even come out and said there is no Switch Pro. They have said that. So why are people still expecting it? There have been rumors saying, oh, the Nintendo Switch Pro will be announced May 31st, and then the very next day they'll be like, oh, it's gonna be announced tomorrow, because it wasn't announced yesterday. And people still believe it. They still believe it. That doesn't make any sense. How do you still believe someone's rumor when it didn't come true the other 10 times they tried to predict the date that they're gonna announce it? No, if it didn't come true the day of the first time, then you shouldn't expect it a second time, let alone a 10th time or more. So what is the Nintendo fans, what are their minds thinking? They lack common sense. And this is, it's everywhere. Like, everywhere on Twitter, everywhere you go about Nintendo, they're just complaining about everything. Dude, it's not that big of a deal. Calm down. And if I just say this real quick, most of the people complaining about this new model of the Switch already own a Nintendo Switch. You don't need this other one. The only reason why you should be getting it is for a collectible, because it's cool, or to upgrade your Switch. Like, maybe you don't want this extra thing right here on the screen, you know, that shouldn't even be there in the first place. Or maybe you want a more secure internet connection so that you can actually play online normally. Then people are going to complain about Joy-Con drift. How do you know this one's not going to have a revised Joy-Con drift problem if it's not even out yet? I mean, yes, it's Nintendo we're talking about, and I doubt they did, but how are you going to try and even make that an argument when you don't even know if they did fix it? Because we know that Nintendo's not going to come out and say, oh, Joy-Con drift is fixed, because if they did, they'd be admitting that they were wrong. To conclude this video up, I just want to say, people complain too much, and you need to calm down. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a video game company. Your life isn't ruined. Wait for the next model that's probably going to come out, or maybe even a Switch 2 at this point, because the Switch has been out for 4 years, almost 5 years, and they're probably going to be thinking up of a newer generation of a Nintendo console very soon, probably of the Switch because of how well it did. But just wait. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It literally doesn't even have to apply to you. You don't even have to get it. And people complaining about how nothing changes with the TV, even though your TV already has like 4K support and already can be OLED, so it doesn't really matter about it. Like, most of the revisions you would expect would be on the portable part, because that's where most of the problems lie. It doesn't matter about your TV and how it looks. Your TV already your display on the Switch already fills out your TV, and your sound on the TV is already better than the Switch tablet itself. So just stop complaining, bro. Like, it's not even a big deal. I'm gonna get it because I think it looks cool, and it would be cool with my collection of consoles. But it's really, at the end of the day, your life isn't ruined, and just stop complaining about every little thing Nintendo does. It pisses me off. Anyways, with that being said, I'm done with this video, and that was my rant. Hopefully I smacked some common sense into you if you also were complaining. Also, just let it go. It's not a big deal. So, anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video, which hopefully isn't that far away, but who knows? It's me we're talking about. I rarely upload. So, this is just something I wanted to talk about real quick, and I'm like, might as well just grab my camera and do it real quick. So, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.